Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. My name is Scott Reich, and this is Crime Talk. Let's get to the docket. First, a lesson in boldness that the judge in the Lori Vallow Daybell matter should follow. Guess who's having a bad day? A video of another store owner stopping a robbery and then calling the police. And then our dumb criminal of the day. Let's talk about it. Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. Thanks for joining us. My name is Scott Reich. This is Crime Talk. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you do, hit that bell for notifications, and follow us on any of your favorite podcasting apps, which include Apple, Spotify, and Audible. All right, let's go ahead and open the docket for Monday, August 8th, 2022. Now, as you may recall, we had a conversation the other day regarding the Lori Vallow Daybell matter and the fact that everything's been sealed. And I've been complaining about this for a long time. And then a retired attorney by the name of Lori A.G. Hellis filed a motion basically saying, hey, you can't do this, Judge. Now, the motion hasn't been ruled on, and we'll hopefully have some more information for you in the next coming days about Ms. Hellis's motions and hopefully some good orders for us. But let me give you an example of the Judge Boyce, who's handling the Lori Vallow matter should follow. And that is a South Carolina Circuit Court judge by the name of Clifton Newman. Now, he rejected a joint motion for a gag order submitted by defense attorneys and the prosecutors in the double murder case of now disbarred attorney Alex Murdaugh. The order instructs both parties that efforts to suppress pretrial publicity were denied. That marks a kind of a major win for judicial transparency in the ongoing Murdaugh murder saga, which has previously been noted is much bigger than just a double murder. We've talked about that from the beginning, that this case is going to be big. Some people don't like it. I don't get it. You got a guy that kills his wife and his son to cover up his illegal activities, and yet people act like, no big deal. I don't get it. Anyway, the South Carolina system is basically, for lack of a better term, put on notice that there shouldn't be any sort of secretive backroom deals that Alex Murdaugh and his powerful attorneys can do without public scrutiny. At a hearing back in July down there in Walterboro, South Carolina, the defense attorneys for Alex Murdaugh moved that all parties to the case ought to be gagged from speaking to members of the media, and that key motions related to the upcoming trial should be handled in secret. It was a little surprising because the DA went along with it. Well, the Judge Newman, a very staunch advocate for judicial transparency, made it clear he was not happy with the joint motion, noting that he specifically disfavors court orders which sought to limit pretrial publicity. And his quote was, "It's a public matter." Sound familiar? Well, that's what the judge said. It's a public matter. It's a public trial. Now, the judge told the attorneys to submit their motion regarding the pretrial publicity in writing, which took place sometime last week. And then the judge said, nope, not going to do it. He is committed to keeping his courtroom open. Now, the prosecutors, when asked for some comment, basically said, hey, we are already barred from discussing pending cases by the state's rules of professional conduct, as are all attorneys. Let's get that straight. You can't go out there and say false stuff that's going to go out there and influence people. The gist of this is that the defense attorneys didn't want embarrassing information coming out. The man is charged with a double homicide. Sound familiar? How much more embarrassing could it be? Well, maybe for Alex Murdaugh, it could be that a South Carolina sex worker by the name of Lindsay Edwards has come forward, and she says that basically she was in the involuntary sexual servitude business, and during the time that she was involuntarily serving people, guess what? She had 4 occasions to find herself with an attorney from a personal injury firm in Hampton, South Carolina. And that guy's name just happened to be Alex Murdaugh. That's right, one of the wealthy men known apparently to this little Madam's Black book for sure. Now, it's alleged, according to this young lady, that what transpired during those encounters, well, according to Miss Edwards, Murdaugh liked to choke her to the point that she nearly blacked out, gagged her, beat her, and pulled clumps of hair from her. So things just get a little more weird down there in South Carolina. But this is a good time for perhaps our legal quote of the day, don't you think? And I think it goes to the judge there. The judge weighs the arguments and puts a brave face on the matter. And since there must be a decision, decides as he can and hopes he has done justice. Well, I think Judge Clifton has done justice for everybody out there so that we can actually see what takes place in the court filings. That is huge. And saying no to the attorneys, no matter who they are, however powerful they think they are or may be. And shame on the district attorney as well. They work for the people, and their job needs to be to make sure that everyone sees the case. It's a public trial. The public has a right to know. I will say that to the bitter end. Like many Americans, we got a dog during the pandemic. My quarantine dog, Miss Winnie the Bulldog. Now, Miss Winnie has grown accustomed to being around us all the time. When we were leaving the house, Winnie would have extreme anxiety, so we decided to look for natural products to help with her anxiety. We looked for the highest quality CBD treats, and we were not satisfied, and neither was Winnie. So we created a high-quality CBD product that absorbs faster and provides the required results faster. Baked in Colorado, CBD treats and beverage enhancers are made with nanotechnology. The nanotechnology makes the CBD extraction more pure, also allows for Baked in Colorado products to work faster. Baked in Colorado products can help reduce your pet's anxiety, ease joint pain, and help with your dog's skin problems. Go to our online store and see what Baked in Colorado product is best for your dog. When you order at bakedincolorado.com, enter code WINNIE and receive 15% off your first order. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If your dog does not experience the desired results in 30 days, return the product and we will refund your money. No questions asked. All right, do you know who's having a bad day? Well, the younger McMichael. Remember him? Dad's sentencing comes later today, but Travis McMichael was sentenced for his hate crimes, in which he was convicted by a jury, by a United States District Court judge today. Didn't go so well. Well, Mr. McMichael's punishment is largely symbolic since he was already sentenced to life without parole in a Georgia state court for Mr. Ahmaud Arbery's February 2020 murder earlier this year. He's also received an additional 10 years on top of that life sentence. But there was an additional sting today. That's right. After his plea to move to a federal prison was refused. Ouch. That was the whole point of it, right? Go to federal prison, serve a little more time in a little more comfortable, maybe a little safer spot. Well, his lawyers had claimed it would be safer for him to be in state prison where he currently resides over fears his notorious shooting of the 25-year-old black jogger has angered other inmates who now seek to murder Mr. McMichael in revenge. The attorney continued, "I'm concerned that my client faces an effective backdoor death penalty." The attorney for Mr. McMichael stated, quote, "I understand the rich irony, Judge, of expressing that my client will face vigilante justice himself." Yes, he may. But, there's an old joke out there. It says, you know what the difference is between God and a United States District Court judge? That's right. God doesn't think he's a United States District Court judge, okay? They have so much power. They can do what they want. And they wanted a little sting there by saying, no, go serve your time in state court. And when you get done with that life without parole sentence in Georgia state court, then we'll let the feds come and get you. Nothing comfortable for you. Remember, this was the judge that rejected the plea deal. So good on the judge. Now, Mr. McMichael's father, Greg, who's 66, he'll be sentenced at 1 p.m. Eastern time, which is a little bit before the time that we're filming this, so we'll let you know tomorrow. And don't forget William Roddy Bryan, he gets punished at 3. We'll let you know how that goes as well. Next on the docket, another story of a store owner having to defend themselves. Okay, first, take a look at this video. This store owner is just minding his own business. These two punks walk in with masks on their face. The store owner basically says, "Hey guys, can I help you? Can you take the masks off?" They refuse to do so, and then they basically try to rob the place by stealing the tip jar and then going after there. And the owner or the worker at this store says, "Nope, not on my watch." Look at the video. Shows these brazen daylight heist. Johnny Nguyen, owner of the Smokestrom Smoke Shop, stabbed the unidentified assailant at least 7 times before the robber yelled, "I'm dead," and fell to the ground. Now, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department officials told everybody that the cops responded Wednesday afternoon to the robbery, but would not release any further details. Now, Mr. Nguyen said that he was scared, and when they came in, they had a bag in front of him like he had a firearm or something. He didn't have much time to think. He grabbed a knife right next to the register. Now, Mr. Nguyen is only 22 years old, but Mr. Nguyen has also stated, or I guess they found out later, that the one of the youths there of America that robbed him was 17 years old. And apparently they did it because, well, they thought they could get away with it and there wouldn't be any consequences. I bet you 7 stab puncture wounds are a little more punishment than they thought that they were going to get. Next on the docket, our dumb criminal of the day. A man has been arrested after stealing an excavator from a construction site in Salt Lake City and then driving it for about a mile before stopping and digging up the ground near a grocery store. Well, witnesses called 911 around noon on Saturday to report the man was randomly digging in the grass strip and the sidewalk outside of a Smith's. Police said he hit a water line and ripped out newly installed fiber optic lines as well. And according to utility crews and firefighters who responded to the scene, there was no gas leak. Police said they are still working to figure out the full extent of the damage. And according to the documents, 46-year-old Omar Ortega stole the excavator from the construction site when it was left running. That'll teach you, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing is safe, not even an excavator. Now, crews of the site then followed him as he drove the machine to the grocery store about a mile west from where it was stolen. And police said that the crowd of people at the store prevented the suspect from leaving. Total cost of damage to the city from the incident was estimated to be over $40,000. Bail's been set for $1,000. Probably should have been set at $40,000 cash only so that he can pay the restitution from his bond money. Just saying, just a suggestion, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Crime Talk.